Hi everyone. It's a Monday morning and all is well. These kids had me up to about 1 o'clock this morning. I'm always up late working and sewing or something. Sometimes it's long conversations on the phone, but last night I was sewing, and as I was getting ready to shut down and go to bed, oh goodness, I had all kinds of messes when I walked in here. Jeff had put all the babies to bed, and when I came through, one had pottied in his crate, one had thrown up in her crate, and the other went into some kind of acid reflux issue, Mr. Caleb. So I was cleaning up messes and washing beds at midnight, trying to get everything cleaned up and get them resituated. So Caleb, he was having some acid reflux, and Reba had some too, and they had like grass and just yucky stuff they were spitting up. I could tell they had eaten grass, and it didn't settle well with them, so their stomachs were upset. So I gave Caleb he had it the worst. You could tell it was burning his throat, and he was acting like he couldn't get any air, and he was just miserable, and he was growling. He was growling the whole time. That's what had my concern, because I had never seen that before, but he kind of makes a lot of noise anyway. That's his natural. He just kind of grunts and groans as he's doing anything he does. But with a little bit of acid reflux burning his throat, he was barking and then growling, and you could just tell he was miserable. So I gave him some of the kale pectin. I keep it here on my counter because at this stage I keep a big bottle of it, and at this stage with puppies that are constantly either overeating dog food or eating junk from outside, their little tummies stay upset a lot of the time. So, and it usually hits 4 or 5 hours after they've eaten what they shouldn't have eaten. So I just keep that sitting on my counter. I use a little syringe and pull up the dose for their weight. And then I sat and held him because I was trying to make sure it wasn't anything more serious. And as I was holding him, I had a towel in my hand in case he got sick acting. And he started playing with the towel and got his attention distracted from the discomfort of that acid reflux, and was just laying there playing and chewing on a towel and everything until he felt better. And by then, I had beds washed and dried and got them all back to bed. But it was 1 o'clock before I laid down. Hey, you guys get in here. Delilah, Reba, come on. Maggie, you don't need to be in there. So anyway, that's the way life is when you have this many dogs. I mean, I've had pets in the past, and there may be a time or two that they have something upsetting their stomachs or something in the middle of the night, but I had 3 of them last night, all just uncomfortable. So I'm going to try to keep them in more today, try to keep an eye. Sometimes Jeff feeds them, and sometimes he doesn't pay attention as much as he should, and they will jump from one bowl to the next, and they end up eating more than they should. So that usually is what sets off with a problem. And then anything like the grass and stuff they chew on and eat outside, it'll just add to it. But if I told him this morning he needs to cut back on the amount of food they're getting, and then just kind of watch them a little closer. I'm usually busy and he feeds them, so but when I feed them, I stand there and kind of monitor them. All right, that's enough. You two little boys made an awful lot of noise. Oh, they think they're going to be bad. Mamas are getting involved. They're going to get them lined out. What is it that they're fussing over, Candy? Can I see? Let me see, because I've been meaning to take this away. That's one of those horn things. No, this one's going to the trash now. It is. I told Jeff this morning or last night, as soon as we could get our hands on it, we needed to throw that one away because it's getting down too small, and that's what that little squabble was all about. Oh goodness. But they look vicious, but they're not. That's the worst it gets, and that's usually just the young ones that get that worked up. But as they get older, they still squabble a little bit over a toy or a bone or something, but nothing serious. So we never have dog fights. I was pleased to see that was just all threats and not really fighting. That's just another sign that we really do have good temperament in our breeding. So I've had Bostons that don't have the better temperament in their bloodlines, and they will fight. Quit that. You quit it. And that's just something I cannot handle. Candace, stop it. I cannot handle dogs fighting. Squabbles we can deal with, but if they go full on really fighting, then I'm going to rehome somebody, because I can't have them getting injured and hurting each other. But we don't have that. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've had one Boston came through here, and she was actually an adult that I brought in from another breeder, and she had a tendency. She wanted to fight with my females, and she didn't stay very long. I rehomed her. She went to a single dog home where she could be a good pet and not have to worry about her fighting. But she was full on fighting. She would go for the throat and literally try to injure. So in fact, she did injure me multiple times because I would reach in and break up the fight. But I just can't have dogs that fight. And that's when I learned about the importance of breeding for temperament. You know, I breed for traditional markings. I breed for quality bloodlines, but I also breed for temperament. And if you start with dogs that have good temperament and breed them with dogs that have good temperament, you'll have puppies that they will squabble, but they're not fighting dogs. They're just not fighting dogs. So you guys get away from there. I think you're pulling on that carpet. Amos, I'm talking to you. You better scat. I need to trim that. You go. You're not supposed to be in here. Go. Everybody, go, go, go. Come on, go. Everybody. Get out of there. Amos, you go. Go, go. Everybody. Try to keep them out of there. I'll be glad when I can replace the carpet in these rooms one day. But for now, we'll make do. Come on, you guys get over here. But anyway, they're all doing really well. We're coming into our breeding season, so everybody's emotions are all over the map. Simon, quit. Candy is pregnant and she is in heat and will be breeding this weekend. Sheba is now in heat and we should be breeding by next weekend. And I'm expecting Chloe to come in heat any day. Oh, and on that note, I guess we have just decided we're going to bring our good little stud back for a visit, Mr. Thor. And we're going to use him with Chloe and Sheba. And then Candy, we have a stud service that will be shipped and will be arriving Friday. So I'll be AIing her with Caleb's dad. Caleb's dad is from Colorado, and that would be G-Man. So we'll have a litter with Candy and G-Man, and we'll have 2 litters, one with Chloe and Thor, and one with Sheba and Thor. And we just had Thor as our stud with our last 3 litters, and he is an amazing little 14-pound blue fawn stud who's got his champion certificate, and he's just a really good little stud. So and he's so small, being 14 pounds. I really like that. And he made some beautiful babies with Sheba and Delilah and Chloe. Delilah is retired. I have her scheduled to be spayed on the 3rd, I think. And we're trying to get ahead before she's the last one to come into heat. And I wanted to get her spayed before she comes into heat again. There's no sense in going through that again. But I also have a lady who is wanting Delilah and has asked me, and I will know for sure, but it's a perfect home for Delilah. She'll get to live like a little queen. She'll be the the only one, and the lady is just in love with her. So I'll know more about that by the first week of September. But and if she doesn't go there, she'll stay right here with me. I wasn't even really offering her up, but this lady is connected to people who have some of our puppies and some of our dogs, and I know her pretty well. She's going to be a perfect home for Delilah. So I will probably be doing that. We'll know more the first week of September. But for now, we're just dealing with all the high hormones going on. Simon, poor kid, having to wear a belly band, and all these girls making him crazy, but he's handling it pretty well. We're keeping them separated, and we're keeping them covered with the belly band and the fancy pants. And by next breeding season, Simon will get to breed with Reba, but Caleb is going to be our main stud for all my colored Bostons. So Simon is for our black and white Bostons. So if we ever have a turn where people are wanting more black and whites, Simon can produce black and whites with any of my girls, even though they are Bostons of color. Simon doesn't carry any color, but I could breed him with Sheba and get black and whites, or Chloe, or any of them, and we would get black and white puppies. Oh, little Amos, what did you do? I have to open that to make it stay. You guys get out of there. Go. So it's just kind of propped up here for now. If you just go and stay away from it, it'll be all right. Go, 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 go. Amos's mama's still working on getting new airline tickets because her original flight was canceled due to the Hurricane Erin, I think was the name of that one. And I think that's all over with now, but they still have to reschedule. So we'll know more about when he's leaving, but he is definitely going to live in North Carolina soon. We just have to wait and see. Hopefully another hurricane doesn't pop up, but if it does, it does. He's okay here until he can go. So that's, you guys stop. We have a trash truck outside. They pick up here on Mondays. I don't know why he's moving so slow, but something's going on out there. I know. There's something on our street, and it shouldn't be there, should it? You can look, but don't you bark. Oh, yeah, they're going to get the trash. They're going to get the trash. Oh, gosh, I tell you, we go through this every week, but if I'm standing right here, they do real good. But if I turn around or if I'm in another room, they be barking like crazy. They know they're not allowed to bark. they're not supposed to, but they do it. Just not all the time. If I'm standing here, they're usually pretty good. So, well, I'm proud of them. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I've got more sewing to do. I've been working on whelping beds and crepe mats. If anybody is interested, please go check out my Facebook page. I've got photos on that page of all the different prints, and I think the prices and everything are on that. And that's Bogan's Boston's on Facebook. Bogan's Boston's, Kimmy's Babies. You'll find me. If you just Google Bogan's Boston's, you'll find me. I'm on Facebook, and then of course YouTube, and I need to get some of those, I guess, put on my website at bogansbostons.com. You can reach me on any of those platforms, and I can show you what we have. But the crepe mats are $20 a piece, or 3 for $50. And then the whelping beds are $25 a piece plus shipping. I just shipped out 4 of them this morning and 3 of the crepe mats. So I'm still working on them. I like to try to get the orders while I'm working on them, and then I'll put that away and I'll be working on something different. So until I have babies, and then I don't get to work on much of anything except babies and mamas. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing today. So y'all have a blessed Monday, and we'll be back tomorrow for sure. And keep everybody updated on our breeding. It's just crazy here. It's going to be crazy for about a month. We should be bringing Thor here, I think, sometime this week. It may be next week. I can't remember. I'll have to look at the date on my calendar. We talked yesterday, and he's definitely going to be coming, but I'll have to look and see what day it is. I think it's next week. So that'll liven things up around here. You want to be sure and tune in for that. Thor's a perfect little house guest, but it's been a while since he was here, but we had a lot of fun when he was here before. So anyway, y'all have a blessed Monday, and I'll be back tomorrow.